Well, ladies and gentlemen, look where we are. We are back to doing discovery flights. World Update 14 was just announced and released, actually, yesterday, covering Central Eastern Europe. And as is usual with the case on flyby simulations, today we're just going to be doing a casual flight, checking out some of these vistas through the discovery flights that are available with this new update. So there are 3 discovery flights. This first one is Sarajevo, which is the capital of the Balkan country of Bosnia Herzegovina. I'm sorry if I butchered that pronunciation a little bit, but I believe these discovery flights are a great opportunity for us to give an ode to the creators of these, beautiful scenery enhancements that we sort of take for granted sometimes. So we here at Flyby Simulations like to take a look at them, go through these places, see how beautiful they look, and as of right now, they look pretty beautiful. Sarajevo looks absolutely wonderful. There's a lot of hilly terrain here, it seems. Now, I have some notes here about Sarajevo that I can read to you guys, just so we're all learning, getting imbibed into the culture of this beautiful town. So, Sarajevo, as I said before, is the capital of the Balkan country of Bosnia-Herzegovina, and it is the largest city by population with just over 500,000 inhabitants, which is kind of really surreal to think about, considering I come from Mumbai and Singapore, which are thriving metropolises, large cities. So to have the largest city of a country be only inhabited by around 500,000 people is kind of crazy, but that also lends itself to so much natural beauty, as you can see in the distance. Microsoft Flight Simulator, of course, doing a fantastic job replicating all of these beautiful towns, villages, quite a bit of towns and houses over here with these iconic red roofs. But very cool to see. We're actually heading towards the city of Sarajevo here on the left side, which is over there. There you go. It's around 3.6 kilometers away, so that's where we're heading to. The city is located on hilly terrain along the Miljacka River in a narrow, heavily forested valley in the heart of the Dinaric Alps. Initially established in the 15th century as an Ottoman enclave, Sarajevo now boasts a rich mix of cultures and religions, including Islam, Judaism, and Catholicism, which is pretty cool. Now, what is going on in this part of town? There's a lot of 2D smushed imagery, which I don't particularly like. Is that something to do with the airport scenery that we're flying over? Maybe they couldn't come up with 3D imagery right outside the airport, perhaps, but that would be odd, considering Microsoft Flight Simulator usually does a good job with providing 3D imagery everywhere, so I don't know what's going on here. Continuing with my researched notes over here, the economic and cultural center of Bosnia-Herzegovina, Sarajevo features both modern architectural feats as well as centuries-old structures, including churches and mosques, which is pretty cool to see how Islam and, Catholicism and Christianity are both coming together in this place. I guess both of them are Abrahamic religions. For those of you guys who might be into history, might be able to tell me a little bit more down in the comment section below, but that's very cool how both sort of cultures and religions intersected and came together in this beautiful city over here. It sure looks very beautiful from a geological and topographical standpoint. As you can see, some amazing fields everywhere, a lot of hilly terrain, cute houses. I would like to go to Sarajevo one day, maybe, just to visit. Bosnia does look like a beautiful country to visit. Look at that shot of the sunset in the distance. Of course, these discovery flights are made even better as a result of the i9-13900K and the RTX 4090 that my system now has as a result of you guys. So this video is sponsored by you guys. YouTube has allowed me to invest back into the channel to help create more quality content for you folks. So if you guys are enjoying what you guys are watching, you guys know what to do. Just leave a little like down there, as well as subscribe to the channel. And more such videos will come your way eventually. Provided you guys are well behaved, that's all. I'm planning to do live streams as well, so that's going to be very fun. But yeah, I think we've taken a good look at Sarajevo, and it looks absolutely fantastic. What do you say we move on to another city now? Let's move on to Discovery Flight number 2 then. Next up then, guys, welcome to Budapest in Hungary. Now, I've always wanted to visit this place in real life, just never had the privilege of doing so. I was in Germany quite recently in Europe, so that was a pretty cool experience, but I would love to experience these places, super far central in Europe as well. But of course, Microsoft Flight Simulator has done a good job. I actually like to look at these discovery flights in this kind of weather. I think it lends itself to better visuals and stuff like that as well. But continuing with our theme of learning and sort of educating ourselves with the cultural implications of these places, I do have some more research for Budapest as well. Budapest is the capital of the Central European nation of Hungary, and the country's largest city by population, with 1.7 million inhabitants. Budapest has a rich history that spans centuries, and today is the center of commerce, the arts, education, finance, and politics in Hungary. The city, which is located along the, let me say that what that river is. Danube River, is that how you pronounce it? Tell me in the comment section below. Danube River, where the lowlands of the southern Trans-Danubian mountains meet the great Hungarian plain, is renowned for its beautiful architecture, parks, museums, and river frontage on the Danube. So I believe this might then be the Danube River, and that might be the hilly mountainous terrain that that this sort of research is talking about over here. So we have the Hungarian Parliament building over there, so of course it's the capital city, has to have the parliament. We're going to be flying over there as well. This music is so nice, I have to say. Don't you guys love this music? This music is fantastic. I wish they'd given us a faster aircraft to fly this. I would have loved to do this in the Top Gun, you know, Maverick sort of thing. The F-18 Tomcat or something like that. That would be fun to fly this aircraft in. Or this Discovery flight in. Let's try to gain some altitude over here, just so we can observe these points of interest. Here we go. I think now we're getting to the rich center of the city. The city's lineage actually dates to the founding of the Roman military settlement of Aquincum at a location once used by Celtic tribespeople. Two separate cities separated by the Danube, which I believe is this river at this point, because I believe that this river is big enough to separate two big cities. Well, those two cities, Buda and Pest, blossomed in following years. Influence in the successive centuries that forged the region's character included those of the Hungarians, Mongols, and Ottomans. Budapest was formally created on November 17, 1873, with the merging of Buda, Pest, and another neighboring city, Obuda. Budapest experienced the ravages of war throughout the 20th century, and despite the problems, has retained its diverse, vibrant character. Fantastic. This looks beautiful, man. Getting into the Budapest's central regions right now. I think I've seen Budapest in Mission Impossible before as well. But yeah, Microsoft has done a fantastic job with their world update this time. Very faithful recreation of these various different buildings, as you can see over there. The Parliament building, as we saw before, over there in the distance. As well as some of these rooftops. Classic European architecture over here. I believe this is a train line here. Very nice. This is seriously an unforgettable experience, man. I would love to do this in real life one day. Just take a flight, you know, rent a plane, and just start flying over different cities and just experiencing this in real life. That would be so awesome. Hopefully I can bring it to you guys on YouTube as well. Let's see if this channel blossoms. Subscribe. Ooh, is this some sort of stadium? This would be interesting to check out. Let's see what this is. I believe Budapest also has a football team, no? I don't know if they compete in the European Championship, which is the Champions League. I'm not sure. Not 100% sure. Yeah, this definitely looks like a football stadium, not gonna lie. There we go, yeah, that's a football stadium. Or maybe even an American football / rugby multi-purpose stadium, perhaps, of some kind. There's also this place. What is this? Some sort of open courtyard. I love Budapest, actually. Budapest looks very much like a blend of modern and ancient. Kind of like Berlin was when I went to Germany in this May. Very similar in the sense that a lot of places in Berlin are very, very sort of old, architecturally speaking. But the overall sort of modernization of the country has obviously lent itself to some very, very good central business districts. A lot of modern architecture, buildings, and residences and stuff like that, so looks very nice. I think next stop on our Discovery flights is going to be Prague. Let's go into it. Ooh, alright, we're starting off pretty low altitude here, but welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Prague. Love this weather right now. And I also like this livery a lot. The green on the flight simulator looks kind of nice. Anyways, Prague is the Czech Republic's capital and its most populous city with more than 1.3 million inhabitants. Located along the banks of the Vltava, the Czech Republic's longest river, Prague is one of Europe's most historically significant and culturally vibrant cities. A major Central European nexus of finance, business, arts, and politics, Prague is also a global destination for tourists due to its numerous museums and wide variety of architecture, including castles and churches. Talk about Europe, man. You guys have a long history, very, very long history, which lends itself to some beautiful pieces of architecture. My dad is a history buff, so he loves this stuff. Me, not so much. I like more of the technology and science side of things, but there's plenty of that too, steeped in history. This is beautiful. All right, let's go check out some of this stuff. Now, I was going to say like most of this stuff looks pretty similar, but technically speaking, if you fly around a little bit with these discovery flights, as I have done, which I highly urge you to do, it's really a great experience just to, you know, wind down after a tough day. Just, you know, grab your side stick, grab your throttle quadrant, grab your rudder pedals, and just start flying around these places and notice some of the beauty of this digital twin that Asobo and Microsoft have managed to create of the Earth. But yeah, the roof structures are very, very similar between these countries, which is something that is a striking similarity I've found. A lot of orange rooftops, a lot of these red rooftops look pretty nice. What is this tall structure over here? Prague 2? What is that? Sounds like a movie title. Prague 2, 1.85 kilometers to the right of us. We'll go hit that in just a second. Figuratively. We're not going to go hit anything, hopefully. But, Praha 10. What is up with these numbers? Can somebody tell me in the comment section below, why are there so many numerals associated with places in Prague? That's very interesting. What are we looking at here? Is this some sort of cell tower? Some sort of facility? Looks like it. Definitely looks like some sort. Yeah, it's a big splodge of modern in the middle of all of this ancient architecture down here. Very, very cool. Let me just move my phone out of the way here. But yeah, I want to go check out that Prague too. What was that all about? There's a second Prague? That's cool. Here we go. Look at that little church or cathedral over there. Man, this photogrammetry data and new DEM data that Microsoft get access to really gives me hope for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 as well, because apparently the geniuses over at Asobo and Microsoft have managed to figure out how to do this for even remote regions around the world where they don't have this DEM data. So they use AI and machine learning to be able to sort of get really good data for places that are even in the countryside, in small villages, in the suburbs, and so on. So most places around the world are going to be looking like this in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, hopefully with better performance, a more stable, thinner client, and yeah, hopefully a more enjoyable, bug-free experience overall, because let's face it, Asobo and Microsoft have riddled this simulator with a few of those, as evidenced by my comments section, if you've ever been in there. So, but yeah, I would love to know why there's so many places like in Prague which say Praha 4, Praha 10. What does Praha mean? Is that like a place? Is that a name? Sounds like district, you know? Like District 4, District 3. It sounds something like that, but very, very interesting. The trees look nice. Maybe I've changed a setting or two, but the trees look nice and lush. It could also be because I'm using the Rex AccuSeason mod, which allows me to have accurate looking seasonal tree textures, which is another thing that Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is going to implement. Better tree textures and full seasons with migration patterns and everything like that. So pretty excited to see that. Now we're testing the capabilities of this aircraft a little bit by flying super, super low, but here's where you start to see the frailties of this current Black Shark AI engine, where everything sort of starts to look a little melted as you move towards the floor a little bit more. It's just the sim is not able to render everything in high quality if you're too close to the ground. So fly it around 1,000 to 2,000 feet and everything looks buttery smooth and a-okay. But yeah, in the interest of time, in the interest of brevity, in the interest of making this video not too long, Prague was beautiful. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of today's video. It's just a short video just to cover the discovery flights like we usually do. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to see more live streams on the channel, by the way, I did make a community post asking you guys. Nearly 80% of you guys said you did want to see some, live streams on the channel. Maybe even create a separate channel for live streams. So tell me if you guys would be interested in something like that. I would love to kind of hop in and, really share my personality with you guys, interact with you guys, chat with you guys live, while also having the pleasure of flying with you guys maybe from time to time as well. So if you guys would be into something like that, do make sure to let me know down in the comment section below. But with that all said, hope you guys are enjoying World Update 14. Thanks for watching, and thanks for flying by.